Hey again, beautiful people. Listen, I'm doing an Ancestry DNA video, and as you can see from earlier, my ethnicity, the 41% is Cameroon, Congo, and Southern Bantu people. Now, I'll show you the chart in a minute, but I just want to let you know that I came out here to Wilson Bay Park. Look at that view. Is that incredible or what? It's late afternoon, late evening, or whatever. So I'm going to have to, it's before 4 o'clock, so I'm going to have to go ahead and get started on my mukbang. But what I did was I prepared the salad, a Cameroonian vegetable salad, because that's the highest percentage of where my ancestry came from, right? So what I'm going to do is I have my cooler and everything with all my food. And what I'm going to do is put everything in my bowl. And we're going to get ready to do this mukbang. And we're going to talk about a few things. I hope that's all right with y'all. All right? I'll see you in a second. I'll be right back. Hey, beautiful people. What's up? Listen, I am over here at Wilson Bay Park. I am getting ready to do an Ancestry DNA video. I want you all to look at this view here. Isn't that beautiful? Now it's late in the afternoon, but I drove out here so that I can do this video. I want to show you the little table that I have displayed. I did my Ancestry DNA, and as you can see, 41% Cameroon, Congo, and Southern Bantu people. The picture to my left is my father. The picture to my right is his sister, my aunt, like a second mom to me. Her name was Zelma, but I always called her Aunt Z. You also see a picture, this picture here. This picture here is about a couple of 100 years old. No, at least 100 years old. I'm not gonna say a couple of hundred. It's about 100 years old, and it has my grandfather and his relatives. I believe he was about 13, 14. He was a teenager. And then these pictures here is my dad. My dad passed away at the age of 65 of lung cancer, May 27, 2001. Okay. Hey again, beautiful people. Listen, I'm doing an Ancestry DNA video. And as you can see from earlier, my ethnicity, the 41% is Cameroon, Congo, and Southern Bantu people. Now, I'll show you the chart in a minute, but I just want to let you know that I came out here to Wilson Bay Park. Look at that view. Is that incredible or what? It's late afternoon, late evening, or whatever. So I'm going to have to, it's before 4 o'clock, so I'm going to have to go ahead and get started on my mukbang. But what I did was I prepared the salad, a Cameroonian vegetable salad, because that's the highest percentage of where my ancestry came from, right? So what I'm gonna do is I have my cooler and everything with all my food. And what I'm going to do is put everything in my bowl. And we're going to get ready to do this mukbang. And we're going to talk about a few things. I hope that's all right with y'all. All right? I'll see you in a second. I'll be right back. I told you all that I would be right back. What I did is I prepared a Cameroonian vegetable salad and salad cream. And what it calls for is red cabbage, green cabbage, tomato, avocado, onions, red, cucumbers, carrots, and the leche, or that condensed milk for the cream, and also vegetable oil, vinegar, pinch of salt, and some mayo. I'm going to put those ingredients in the description box below on my YouTube channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. This is what I prepared and then transported. What I also did was I made some shrimp and some spices, and with some pineapple and red onions. Okay, but I also got some spinach here because I wanted something that a little softer besides the cabbage. So we have the spinach and so forth. And also it requires a hard-boiled egg. So I have that. But that's what you see in all the containers. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fix my salad, and then we're going to chat. I'll see you in 2 shakes. Just hold tight. As you can see, I have mixed my salad. I haven't mixed my salad. I just put the ingredients in there and stuff. So I've mixed my salad. I'm going to sit down and eat. I'm going to do my blessing and stuff and sit down and eat and be with you in a hot minute. As you can see, I've already mixed my salad up in here, mixed everything together. And I'm going to have those ingredients in the description in the box below. There's also some cream. And this will be in the description as well. And it's made with condensed milk, mayo, vinegar, a pinch of salt, and thanks to Precious Kitchen. That's where I got this recipe from. Precious Kitchen, you all. Make sure you check out her site, because she has a lot of awesome recipes in there that she cooks in her kitchen, and a lot of it is African dishes. Mm. If the flies will let me live. Well, I showed you all the chart. Well, I need to do a thumbnail, don't I? This is really good, y'all. I did my Ancestry DNA about 3 or 4 years ago. You know, have you ever been told, oh, you look like so-and-so, or you get your nose from this, or your habits from here, or... It's kind of like, who you with? Well, I showed you my DNA, my Ancestry DNA chart. Y'all, I'm out at the park. I didn't bring any napkins or anything. But I have a family tree. I do a family tree. And I was always just curious, a little curious as to where I come from. So, mm, like I said, thanks to Precious Kitchen for this Cameroonian salad recipe. Because it's, excuse me, because it's delicious. Mm-hmm. And it looks pretty too, y'all. You know, speaking of DNA and Ancestry DNA, I don't know if you all heard of this lady by the name of Henrietta Leaks. Not Leaks, I'm sorry, Henrietta Lacks. Henrietta Lacks was a 31-year-old woman who died, black woman who died of cancer. I believe it was ovarian or something like that, right? Well, she was 31 years old, and I think she died in the 50s. Today, her cells are being used in cancer research, and it's been used for years. And actually, her family did not know it until after she died. Now, there's a movie about her, and Oprah Winfrey plays Henrietta Lacks, and her cells are called HeLa cells. And it took them years to compensate the family because they had been using her cells for years. And she died of cancer in oh my gosh, I cannot. She died of cancer in 1951 at the age of 31. And of course, like I said, her family never consented to having her tissues taken. Her tissues was taken at the time. And like I said, they've been used. I have a towel here. Like I said, they have been used for cancer research. But not only that, let me tell you, because of her cells, it has led to 2 Nobel Prizes. 2 Nobel Prizes. Because it wasn't until about 2 decades later that that her family found out that her cells were being used. So you're talking about 2 decades later. And I tell you, those HeLa cells have helped companies all over the world as far as being, medical breakthrough. Henrietta Lacks. I did have my water, y'all. I had to clean it off because it had fell. And I don't know if you all know, kids, check this out. Do your research on Henrietta Lacks and her HeLa cells. because what has happened, I'm going to take a couple of bites out of this because I'm not going to be able to talk because of the flies. And it's good too. Her HeLa cells have helped to develop the polio vaccine. And this avocado was like buttermilk. One second now. It's helped with polio vaccine, and it also has helped with vitro fertilization, which I didn't know about, but it helped with that. But this is the killer. It not only helped with that, it helped with cloning. Cloning, y'all. I just wanted to give you a little tidbit of a little bit of history. You know, I showed you my dad's picture and my aunt's picture in the beginning of this video. My dad, aside from my children, was my everything. He had my heart and still does. And his sister, wherever he was, major in my things happening major in my life, his sister was right there beside him, beside me. As I said, my dad passed away May 27, 2001. And I'm a daddy's girl, always have been a daddy's girl. And he showed me how to love unconditional and what love is. You know, what unconditional love is. So, thank God I didn't have any daddy issues. And what I also did was, I did some shrimp with some spices, some pineapple, and some red onions. And there were things that my dad, when I was younger, and we would have snacks and stuff, there were things that meant that my dad, he loved. And a few of those things were popcorn. We sit up and watch movies. Popcorn. Oranges, not all at once. Oranges, popcorn, some of his favorite foods to snack on. And of course, you had to have ice cold water. And I don't know if you all remember this. Jiffy Pop popcorn. Well, I keep some popcorn on deck because I love popcorn, and that was something that me and my dad used to eat together. Munch on popcorn. And he loved my dad loved oranges. So that's what we used to have. So I slice. These are supposed to be cara cara, but they're not like the real blood orange cara cara. But just a homage to Daddy. Can't pop the popcorn out here. Oh, excuse me, can't pop the popcorn out here, but mm. And I gotta tell you, we eat popcorn, and back then, it didn't have the butter on it, and it was a Jiffy Pop and all that, and we used to melt our butter, or sometimes without, but we have our popcorn, and we watch Rifleman. Well, pretty much all the westerns that come on Sundays, we'll watch them. We'll watch, especially Rifleman. We used to love to watch that. But I say that in homage to my dad, to my favorite aunt, is people who have come before us. They don't always get the recognition. It's not like an attaboy, but just paying homage or letting them know, letting the person know, or giving them flowers now, while they're here on earth, and just letting them know, hey, you know what? I thank you for paving the way. I'm gonna tell you, with pineapple and red onions, mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. But my point is to let people know that you love and care for them now while they're still here. I also showed you a picture earlier of my father. This is my father's father, and his cousins. He passed away before I was born, but my father also had. I'm going to talk to you. Let me talk to you about long lost relatives. Be careful, fam, of long lost relatives. Do you remember? I know if you all remember when nowadays they have Zaba Search and 411, things like that. But back in the day, when you were trying to find someone, you would contact 1-800-SEARCH. 1-800-US Search. What they do is they would tell you, they would send you. You give them the name, the full name, and so forth, or maybe, and also where you thought that person would be, or where that person is, last known place that person lived, and they would send you pages of people who with that name and so forth. But the trick was you had to call them, and back then that's long distance and stuff. Well, I did that. As you can see, this was in 1996. I did a U.S. Search, and like I said, these are the pages. These are the pages, and you had to call yourself. Salvation Army also had a thing to where you can go to them and do the same thing. As you can see, this was done in 1990. And I tell you all to be careful of people that you don't know, and even long lost relatives, because um, you don't know them. Okay? You don't know them, and don't just be so trusting. Don't just be so trusting of people, you know. Mm-hmm. That view is amazing. But yes, just don't be so trusting of people. And I did have my water. Y'all know what I'm working with, right? The sunny, the sunny, the sunny. This is really good, tasty, y'all. And I just put these in the oven. I just put these in the oven. I don't know if y'all watched 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. They have a couple. Well, they have a man on there. His name is Caesar. Caesar was at this gazebo there. That's where Caesar was. Because apparently he's from Jacksonville. I don't know you, Caesar, but it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right, brother. But, I want to just leave y'all with this. You know, I'm always telling y'all to be good to each other and everything. And that I will. I always going to tell you that. I hope you enjoyed the video. It was more or less like to not only show you a little more personal about me, but I got to make a dish from the region in which I'm from, or my ancestors are from. And like I said, with Precious Kitchen, I was gonna say Precious Kitchen is the one she has a lot of recipes there, you all, that she cooks in her kitchen, and it's a lot of African food, and it really looks delicious too. And I wanted to also just pay homage to my dad, my ancestors, you know. I wanted to pay homage to my dad because my dad never gave up on me. And with anything major happening in my life, my dad was always there. High school. When I had my child at 15, my dad was in the waiting room as well. Him and Aunt Z. I mean, every major, a major part, he was there. He never left me. And when you all can find someone out there like that, a parent out there like that, that's something special. And my dad, before he got back in the church, he loved what was it? I can't listen to it without crying. Love Train by the OJs. But over the years, as he got back in the church and everything, and my dad was, I mean, just a wonderful man, someone who touched everyone. It doesn't matter. It didn't matter how old you were or anything. He influenced you in a positive way. He wasn't much on talking. I used to call him E.F. Hutton sometimes because he wasn't much on talking, but what he said, when he said something, it inspired you. And he did his work in silence, you know. And that's why I do my work in silence, you know. You don't have to let everybody know that you're doing this, that, or another, that you're helping. You know, nobody needs to know your agenda but you. And but my daddy loved, at his funeral, this song, I Know I've Been Changed, with LaShawn Pace, I Know I've Been Changed. And while he was in the hospital, I flew that night, that day, that Friday. He passed away, no, that Saturday. And he passed away that evening because he was on the phone talking to my daughter back home, and saying, tell her daddy had to leave. However, she was telling him, hey, she's in the air. She's on her way to you. So God allowed him to wait for me until I got there. So as I got there, and I went right to the hospital from the airport. So as I got there, and I saw, I stayed in the hospital room with them. And I know he wanted me to read to him, but he didn't want me to read to him just then. So not even 5 minutes went by, and he says, I'm ready for you to read to him. He said, I want you to read Job 4 and 5. That was the last thing that I read to my father before he passed away. Was Job 4 and 5. Now I know the story of Job, but it took me several years to just look at it and try to dissect it, and I want to understand what why he had me read that. But as I said, it's been a while since my dad has been gone, but I miss him each and every day. Each and every day. And I know for those of you who has lost a loved one, has lost a parent, and you know in your heart that your parent probably wouldn't want you to be sitting and suffering because they're gone due to them, you know, passing away. I tell you this because I've experienced it, and it's not healthy. Well, let me say, I had to learn healthier ways in dealing with the passing of my father, or not having him in my life. I had to deal with that because whenever his birthday, March 13th, whenever his birthday was approaching, or whenever, the holidays, Father's Day, I remember the first Father's Day after his death, I walked in the mall and I saw the Father's Day decorations and stuff. I broke down. I had to leave the mall. And, the first several years, or really first decade, I would be to pieces during those different times of the year. I would be in pieces. So I had to make a conscious effort to, maybe I need to do something that's going to help me during this time. So when his birthday runs around, what I do is I may eat some of the things that we, used to munch out on, or I may just sit back and reflect and think about the memories, or just do something. Either way, I'm busy. Either way, I am doing something in remembrance of him. In remembrance of him. Because I love him so much, and I know he loved me so much. But, when you say that you're going to call someone or whatever, do it. Do it. Give people their flowers now. I'm so glad that God allowed me the opportunity to be able to sit with my father, to talk to my father, to tell him I loved him before he died, And even now, I still sit here as a grown woman and say, wow, I say what would Jesus do in some instances, of course, but I also say, what would my daddy do, because he had such integrity and wisdom. So, but did you all see LaShawn Pace? I hope I'm saying, yes, LaShawn Pace, her daughter singing her song. Oh my gosh, she was in the car, and she was singing her. I mean, she was doing the breaks and the oomph and everything. I mean, the young lady, this little girl was awesome. And I don't know if she knew that she was being recorded at the time, but yeah, she was awesome. But don't forget that, like I say, to my heart warriors, that's what I wanted to tell you. To my heart warriors out there, low sodium, y'all, and keep moving. Keep moving. You can do it. You can do whatever you put your mind to. You can do it. I hope you all enjoyed this video, because I just tried to make it happen for y'all. Pack my little stuff up and I'm gonna go on home, but that's just a little bit about me. And I think I did do a thumbnail. I didn't show the shrimp though. Let me see. So, but I did a thumbnail. These flies did the thumbnail for me. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I was trying to fight the flies and everything else, but it was mainly, to let you all know just a little bit about me, and not only that, I was able to make a little something. I didn't cook, just made a salad from the region in which my Ancestry DNA said that I had 41% from. So I'm 41% Cameroon, Congo, and Southern Bantu peoples, along with 30% Benin and Togo. And then Mali is 14%. And I'm going to, goes on from there. I showed it to you earlier. But I want to thank those out there that support me. It really means a lot. I started the channel in June, and I'm hoping to continue to grow. And I just thank you all for all of your support. And remember to treat each other kindly, and people feel but they don't understand. They don't understand you, they don't know you. And So people feel what they don't understand. Educate yourself. Educate others about you. Sometimes that's what you have to do as well. But I just want to thank each and every one of you all for your support. I thank you so much. You know it means a whole lot to me. And I want each and every one of you all to have a blessed day. I had this Flawed Beautifully for a reason. I had that name for a reason. We all flawed, y'all. But we're beautiful. Okay? And I'm going to put my links from my other YouTube channels. I'm going to put that under the description below as well. And you all have a blessed day. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. Maybe I'll go feed the ducks or something. My heart warriors, my heart warriors, my heart warriors. Keep on moving. You can do it. Remember, low sodium. Did you take your medicine today? Okay. Low sodium, low sodium. You know, I'm not here to tell you all how to do it, but I have to keep saying low sodium because there, you know, when you see all these swollen ankles and legs and stuff, you know, a lot of that is salt intake. You shouldn't have creases like that, you know, like in your thighs and, I mean, your knees and stuff like that, you know, from swollen, you know. Shouldn't be like that, okay? So, I'll talk to you all. In the meantime, be good to each other. And thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you all enough for your support. I thank you.